fnaf 4, hands down, has the worst lore out of any FNAF game. So I've heard a few people have the same opinion as me on this, and I just felt the need to make a video explaining just why. And let me start by saying this is just an opinion. If you think the lore is good, that's fine. Also, this does not fully reflect my opinions on the franchise or the gameplay of fnaf 4. fnaf 4 was first titled as the final chapter, even though at first FNAF 3 was going to be the final chapter. And then we got more sequels after 4. What? Why? Sure, okay then. The big thing I hate about the lore in this game is how everything feels hidden or concealed. Once FNAF 4 was released, we never got explicit lore reveals during the game. Sure, figuring out lore is fun and all, but at least give us something to go off of. Also, if this was marketed as the final chapter, you'd assume they would make the lore easier to find out. I think this is why Scott kept making way more games and books, just because nobody could figure out anything from the game. Sure, all of these games were amazing, and I'm glad we have them, but at least in my opinion, a lot of the lore in these games are supposed to help figure out secrets in FNAF 4, in which we don't know what they are. Which, sure, most other games in the franchise did that. They built upon lore from other games. But I feel like they had to give us more lore hints for FNAF 4 more than any other game. Also, let's talk about the bite of 87. No, the bite shown in FNAF 4 isn't the bite of 87. Apparently it's the bite of 83? It's so hard to tell though, because yet again, barely anything was explicitly told us that could have helped us figure out the lore. I'm not even going to talk about the box, it's just a whole nother can of worms I don't feel like opening right now. I think one of the main factors of the game that made the lore extremely flawed was the release date. Originally, the game was going to launch October 31st, 2015, instead it released way earlier on August 8th, 2015. So, was this game rushed or not thought about well enough? Well, I don't really think so, to be honest. I feel like Scott made the story in FNAF 4 exactly how he wanted it, but I'm pretty sure later on he actually realized he messed up and tried to give us some more lore reveals to help us figure out some lore in FNAF 4. And that's basically all I have to say about this topic, and to end it off, I just want to say no offense to Scott. He's an amazing person who actually cares about the fans. If he didn't, he wouldn't have cleared some things up. I love this franchise, but I just think that this game specifically is the most flawed in, terms of lore. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.